What is up, folks? Welcome once again to another session of Act Now Hot Issue What's for Lunch. As always, Mio Adlan here together with you on this glorious start of the week. It is Monday, it is the start of the new week. Diharapkan anda semua di mana jua anda berada dalam keadaan yang tenang, yang aman, yang relaxed, and also excited of whatever it is that's happening or that's going to happen moving forward. Yeah, there's a lot of things that's happening in the background. Ada event yang besar happening, ada event yang kecil happening, ada event yang orang tak nak sebut. But we're not going to go there. We're not going to go there because there's a lot of other things that we would like to discuss with you guys. And also, just to give you guys a heads up, make sure you guys do check us out on Spotify as well as on Apple Podcasts because our podcast is around. If you guys want to listen back to all of our previous episodes, you can check us out there at Act Now on Spotify as well as Apple Podcasts. And also do not forget to download the Act Now mobile community app because by having this app, you'll be able to actually report any incidents ataupun sebarang perkara yang berlaku di kawasan kediaman anda contohnya that you want to raise to the municipal councils for actions to be taken down the road. As simple as that, Act Now mobile community app on your Google Play Store as well as your App Store. Alright, enough berceloteh sorang. Penat nak bercakap sorang ni. Saya memang tak suka cakap sorang. Sebab kenapa? Saya ada partner yang memang suka bercakap dengan saya. He likes to talk. Actually, he likes to talk more than me lah. Actually. And we have Melvin Lam. Hey Melvin, what's up?
Hi, good afternoon. How's your weekend?
Weekend was great. Weekend was fine. It was relaxing. A bit of here and there, you hear in the news and whatnot. But yeah, it is what it is.
I think weekends is very relaxing for you because you didn't hear from me from Friday.
Oh, thank God the Almighty. No, I actually did miss you, man. I did miss you because I love doing this thing. I love doing What's for Lunch because it is like our responsibility already to, share our thoughts, whatever it is, the topics, whatever that's hot to the audiences, to the community, right?
Yeah, you were saying that today, in particular this hour, there's a lot of things happening, big, small, but nothing is bigger than Act Now Hot Issue because you know why? We have two international stars with us.
Oh, two international stars with us. Okay. All right. Did I miss the script here? Okay, I don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking about here today?
One is you.
Oh, okay. Cik,
you are actually representing in the Paralympics officially engaged by the organizer.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I didn't want to tell people about that, but yeah, thank you.
So you are an international star yourself. And of course, we're going to introduce another person, which is amazing.
Yeah, exactly.
Amazing. This person's amazing.
Yeah, hence why the topic that we actually have today is very close to my heart personally because we're going to be talking about the Malaysian Paralympic athletes. Now, a lot of people, everyone, I think 99% of people from across the globe knew that the Tokyo Olympics 2020 just finished a couple of weeks ago. We had the whole hoo-ha. Dato Azil Hasni Awang won silver in the Kirin track cycling. And then we got the badminton doubles, Aaron Chia, and as well as Sowiyu winning the bronze medal for the doubles men's badminton category. But not many people actually know there is another huge international sporting event that's happening in Tokyo in about 1 week's time, and that is actually the Tokyo Paralympics 2020. And to discuss about this particular topic, about this Tokyo Paralympic 2020, we have a very special guest. Ladies and gents, allow us to introduce to you Professor Dr. Shamsul Shah. Assalamualaikum. What's up, Professor?
Hi, good afternoon.
Yeah, Waalaikumsalam, Mio, and hi, good afternoon, Melvin.
All right. Hey, thank you so much for being with us. I tahu yang masa you memang sangat-sangat sibuk. You being, somebody within the, within the health community as well as your responsibility in the para world. It is a very, tough job for you to carry. But maybe before we actually go on, Prof, just maybe you can just advise ataupun boleh memberikan sedikit insights on who you are and what you actually do and how important you are sebenarnya dalam community para athletes ni. Boleh, Prof? Silakan.
Okay, terima kasih, Mio. Yeah, actually, Nama saya Syamsul. I'm currently a Professor of Public Health, Epidemiology and Statistics in UKM. Yes, and I'm also international classifier or head of classification of the Para Badminton BWF. So my job is actually essentially classifying new athletes or athletes going into the Para Badminton tournament, classifying them into the classes, making sure that they are in the right class, okay, to compete with the people in the right class, sama-sama disability, sama physical problem, they will play with each other. So that is my job in Paralympic. Right.
And sorry, Prof, bila you kata summer class tu, mungkin ramai lagi yang tak faham. Maybe there's still a lot of people out there who cannot really comprehend what do you mean by summer class, summer disability? Because when you look at somebody who's at say like without a certain limb, contohnya tak ada tangan ataupun tak ada kaki dan sebagainya, isn't that just one category and that's it? Or how do you explain lagi, Prof?
Alright, thank you. That is a good question. Actually, dalam Paralympic ni dia ada, it's not the same as the able body. Able body can have only maybe at the most usually they have male or female only, right? But for the Paralympics, for example, I'll give you example for para badminton. We have 6 classes, right? So we have the wheelchair classes, the standing classes, and the short stature. So even dalam wheelchair classes, we divide them into 1 and 2. And then the standing 1, 3, 4, and 5 according to their disability. So when we classify them, let's say tangan will play with tangan kudung, for example, tangan kudung akan main dengan tangan kudung saja. Dia tak boleh main dengan orang yang tak ada kaki. Okay. Right? It's not fair because those yang without kaki or without limbs, lower limbs, they cannot run. But those with the amputee hand, they can run faster. So the amputee hand will play with the amputee hand, the amputee limbs will play with the amputee limbs. Those on wheelchair will play only on those on wheelchair. So that is the general idea. So all sports have their own classification and they have their own classifiers. This is to making sure again it's fair in the competition, fairness of the competition.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So okay, let's kick things off. Kita nak tanya tentang status para athletes di negara kita sendiri, in our country, Malaysia. You've been involved in this since 1998, as you have just disclosed to us before we actually got on live, that you've been around since 1998, involved in the games directly and right now indirectly as well. So maybe you can share with us progress tu macam mana semenjak you mula berkecimpung dalam sukan para pingpong dulu sampailah ke sekarang, taraf di mana atlet-atlet para atlet kita, di mana mereka standing, where they are right now, Prof.
All right. I was. That is very very historical. Macam zaman dinosaur pula bunyinya kan. So I was like, even
ada,
before,
you masih lagi nampak 35 sebenarnya, Prof. Jangan risau.
No, please. Okay, thank you so much. But you know my age. From 1998, I dah berkecimpung, yes. And then I start playing seriously for Malaysia in para table tennis from 2000 to 2009. Of course, masa tu only Majlis Paralympic Malaysia yang really involved in the Paralympic. Masa tu baru KBS hujung tahun 2008, 2009 baru the Malaysia Sports Council, National Sports Council, Majlis Sukan Negara, MSN, nak ambil alih the sukan ni. Okay, pasukan Paralimpik. Masa tu belum lagi. Jadi you boleh imagine daripada tahun masa zaman dinosaur dulu, almost 2 decades ago, the situation sampai sekarang, there are so many things yang dah what do you call it, a lot of changes, new development. They are progressing well in terms of the facilities, great facilities, great equipments, and then they already have, sekarang ni pun dah ada banyak sports science input, sports nutrition, psychology, technology, whatever it is to increase the sports performance. Bukan zaman I dulu, tak ada. Really hardcore, kena listen to the coach only, Pagi petang tak ada extra psikologi ke, tak ada apa-apa, tak ada extra nutrition, nobody is giving us advice on nutrition or whatever. But now you can see differently, they are moving towards that and they are well equipped actually, compared to my time.
But that's not too long ago.
Yeah.
It's 2 decades. It's not long too ago. But I think that's the challenges that we face.
Yeah.
And I think it's good that the governments realize the importance of Paralympics athletics. And I hope more time, investments are input into this sector of games, athletics.
True.
Yeah. Okay, moving on pula. I just nak ini pun sebenarnya one funny thing because to be honest, and I'm not putting Melvin on the spot here. Before we actually discuss and agreed to actually have this particular topic, Prof, Melvin didn't even know that Malaysia actually won 3 gold medals in the previous Rio 2016 Paralympics. Now, adakah itu salah Melvin sebab dia tak baca surat khabar ataupun adakah sebenarnya negara kita sendiri, our own media yang sebenarnya tak menghebahkan dengan propernya? Melvin nak jawab dulu.
Okay, I baca, tapi baca 4 over years later, which is this morning 11 o'clock.
So what do you think that happened sebenarnya, Prof? Kenapa macam people yang orang yang mungkin kurang minat memang dia tak akan terlepas langsung listening to all this kind of news sebenarnya. This is something that definitely Malaysia has to be proud of kan sebenarnya.
Yeah. I believe back in 2016 actually the para athletes already have proven that they were more successful than the able-bodied counterparts. Almost everybody knows that. Three gold medal. It was a hoo-ha during that week. I don't know where Melvin was during that time, but definitely, almost 1 week or 2 weeks, maybe 1 month after, people are still talking about it. But maybe it's not really into the heart and soul of the people because this is the perception. This is a study that have been shown that showing that the perceive of the community or the people saying that the Paralympic medals, was much easier than the Olympic. To get the medals in the Paralympic is much more easier than the Olympic. This is what people have been perceived about all this. But of course, this perception is totally wrong. Yes. So this is and then when you have a perception like that, you will not be able to, we will not tak appreciate, all the hard work they have been doing. Maybe this is, but studies have shown that the perception about the Paralympic is much less than the Olympic. This is true.
I guess as a layman like me, these athletics are not put as a mainstream. Media probably cover. I believe that's what we talked during before the live. What we started last evening, the government's media, TV, have to be interviewed. That's about it, but not the commercial private sector. And been emphasizing or bring up. It's not. It should be featuring them throughout the year, not as when before the game and after the game if they win and all these things. So. I guess everyone's bringing is not a mainstream sport from this Paralympics. I think we should change because they will take 10 times more efforts than the normal athletics, or even more.
True.
And I believe every one of them that represents us, regardless whether winning a goal or not, it took a lot of encouragement. And this morning I spoke to Mio. I say, yet we are like me. I always sometimes find myself not doing enough. I should do more. But if I compare that, I am nothing. They are doing so much better,
Yeah. So, on that note, actually, Prof, maybe you boleh elaborate sikit sebab you kata people's perception towards these para athletes, even if they win gold, dia orang kata, alah senang lah kau menang event yang disable, event yang senang lagi. Can you, from your experience being an athlete, being a para-athlete yourself between 2000 to 2009, how difficult was it for you to excel in your discipline? Dia tak semudah yang orang jangkakan. Betul, Prof?
Betul. Sangat-sangat betul. Sebabnya sama, tapi orang inilah anggapan. This is why we call it wrong perception. They do not know how difficult is for the disabled athlete. First of all, to get out of their comfort zone to go out and play the sports. To get out from the house. For example, people with muscular dystrophy or people with a spinal cord lesion yang on wheelchair. It's not easy for them to go out to play sports and then even more excel in the sports. So it takes time. Macam Melvin cakap, maybe 10 times harder. 10 times more difficult than the person, but the normal people. But again, the stress level and the motivation, whatever it is the same as the able-bodied sports. Nothing less. But again, we awareness we are lacking in awareness. Kesedaran kita mengenai sports ni kita tak nampak. We have not shown how they practice. Tak banyak. I can show you. How many of you all have seen this video of athletes wheelchair practicing, for example? Hampir-hampir tak ada, tak pernah ditunjukkan. Zero. Yeah, but if you see Dato' Azizul, dia punya training session tunjuk basikal apa dia guna.
13 juta, Prof.
Betul. 30,000 kan?
13 juta dia punya whole R&D.
Okay, 13 juta R&D, basikal dia je dah berapa ribu?
30-40 ribu.
30-40 ribu, okay. But do you know actually an expensive prosthetic limb can go up to 20k or 30k as well? So expensive. And then the wheelchair, the newly wheelchair, sports wheelchair, will also mungkin satu harga per dua. It's so expensive. But people do not know this. How much we invested, how much the government invested in this. But we, again, awareness shown ataupun portray to the public ni very, very low. Okay.
So soalan Cepu Mas, Melvin ada soalan dulu. Silakan Melvin, sorry.
Yeah, Melvin, sure.
Out of curiosity, we have awards our winners with tattoo shapes and all these things. Do any of the Paralympics athletics been awarded with titles when they won gold for the country?
Oh yes, at the moment, I think about a few years ago, about 5 years ago. So there are actually the equality about the prize for the gold medal. I think it's the same as the able body. That is a good news for the.
I'm talking about tattoo sheet. I'm talking about tattoo sheet award.
So far none. None of the these athletes get the tattoo sheet. Definitely no.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. To voice out. We should also recognize them as equal.
Yeah, yes, exactly.
Berbalik kepada apa yang Prof tadi cakap tadi, yalah, because they're not getting the coverage they deserve, they're not getting the limelight. I nak put back that question to you, Prof. Salah siapa ni? Whose fault is that? The fact that these people, your athletes, the para athletes, why aren't they getting the limelight? Kenapa dia orang tak dapat? Salah media ke? Is it the fault of the media yang memang tengok all these para athletes macam, dia orang ni tak sexy, dia orang ni tak cool, so we're not going to cover them. We're not going to make a lot of money covering them because we want endorsements, and Dato' Azizul Hasni Awang, Dato' Lee Chong Wei will get us those endorsements. Tapi kalau kita tengok pada Rizwan Puzi, kita tengok Ziyad Zulkifli, we won't get that endorsement. Is it the media's fault then?
Wow, I tak boleh point to anyone. Nanti I kena ban. I don't want to say. Yeah, I don't want to. But actually, it's the whole effort of the community is not enough. I think. It is from maybe the Ministry of Sports, maybe not enough to promote their athletes, and then the takers from the social media also tak cukup, not enough, and then of course at the end is at the end the community or the public did not see this sebagai what do you call it, satu event yang penting ataupun something yang exciting, alright. But you have to remember also as well that the disabled people in Malaysia is around 15% only, alright. I'm not talking about the daftar. The daftar one is only 2% or less, Okay, but in total, people estimated disabled 15%. But from the 15%, how many actually really into sports? That is one thing. Just like able body kan, kita semua orang yang normal. How many of orang normal betul-betul minat sports?
Melvin main guli.
I guess doctor
Melvin, what sports?
Professor is not that how many play, but we should give the positive message. If the disability can play a good game, represent countries, I take it because mental issue is always in my heart too. You know, we'll tell people they take things easy, fight against the odds. You know, so I feel like we should be proud, even though we not be any goal and all these things or matter, but it's the inspiration that's most important to me. I mean, that's why I say, you know, if the message is very positive, I think it's very positive.
Yeah, Prof.
Yeah, I have something. You know, if you see the maybe the live telecast, we are not talking about the Paralympic. The Paralympic maybe in Rio last time there was some live telecast.
Okay.
I'm not so sure, but I did not see it. But Mio said he did see it, but I did not see it because maybe I missed it totally. Mungkin during kita punya working time. But then even now we are not so sure whether there is a live telecast or not. You know, from the main media, the social media. I don't know. Maybe social media there is, but the mainstream media maybe they are lacking. So maybe, and also the live telecast of the Paralympic sports event itself. You know, for example, Para Badminton World Championship, Para Badminton Open. How often do we, you know, have a live stream? Maybe only in the Facebook, you know. But Facebook may be shared by one other athlete who is showing that this is going on, you know. But and then and of course there is a Facebook live by the BWF, for example. But in the mainstream, our mainstream media, sorry, it's not covered.
Yeah. So is this actually sebenarnya, because the way that you just explained that, this is not just a Malaysian thing. This is more of an international thing. The fact that, you know, even like other countries, they may not actually see para events as great as any other able-bodied event. So this is not just a Malaysian perception, Prof. This is a world perception to it. So, but having said that, kalau you tengok macam I've been following a bit on the para athletes right now, and I'm looking at the GB team, the GB Paralympic team. Their presence on social media is crazy, bro. Seriously, sangat aggressive. The videos that they have done, the articles that they have produced, it is just wow. The effort yang diorang buat adalah sangat-sangat besar dan sangat hebat. Is it because the fact that it is Great Britain, hence why they have a lot of talents, that's why they buat macam tu? Ataupun it's just how they look at the sport differently compared to us?
I think Mio, they really changed after the London Paralympics. You know, 2012, they have this London Paralympics. After that one kick off. From there, you know, they kick off very well. The Paralympics and Olympics are given a fair share of the media, mainstream media. So that's good. But we are always ke belakang kan. So we are waiting for.
I believe after this show, after our hot issue show, things will be changed for the better.
Yeah, I hope so.
Okay. Enough talking about the media. Enough talking about the coverage, because at the end of the day, this thing is still happening and life still goes on. And then kita still, you know, we have to move forward as much as we possibly could. I nak tanya you balik, Prof, about the whole development. Tadi dah cerita dah. The whole development since you started the sport and until now, it has been good development. It has been good progress, you know, with the investment that the country has been putting in, and then you got outside sponsors, NGO and whatnot. Tapi we had this conversation before. I pernah tanya kat you. It is so hard to recruit sebenarnya para athletes to get themselves involved in the sports that I mean yang ada sekarang ni. Is it still the same issue right now for recruitment purposes?
Well, I'm talking about on the para badminton side, because I'm more closer to the para badminton, even for the national team. I'm sure I can say it's difficult. You know, our para badminton team, for example, female athlete almost not well not well developed in that sense. No one from the female side is actually going into the international properly. We always have only the male, but in fact we are lacking. After this what do you call it, Tokyo, kemungkinannya these two athletes yang berjaya ke Tokyo mungkin after this retire, and we have a really big gap, to find somebody who is that level. All right. To find one good athlete to get them into the Paralympics takes years, maybe 10, 20 years. We don't know. It's not easy. I can assure you that, for example, our athletes, for example, who's that? Chia Lek Hao, yeah?
Yeah.
We have seen him since 2002. 2002, he has been in the training. But of course, because para badminton is only in Tokyo in 2020. All right, maybe if it is in Rio in 2016, we already got him into that. But still, many years, to get one athlete, to train one athlete to get into the para badminton international, and we are so far behind. I think this cut across to all other sports as well. Not easy to find, and then someone that we have to find. It's not. They are not easily available because we do not have a way of tracking them. Who is disabled, who's not disabled, and you have to know that disability ini ada dua kan. Satu is acquired, that means you get it when you are older. For example, accident happen or a disease happen and something like that. Some is already congenital, they are born with it. So both have pros and cons going into the sports. It's not easy to attract them. It must be somewhat. They must be interested and they are willing to work hard. There are so many sports yang memang susah.
Kenapa tak ada interest tu, Prof? Why isn't there any new interest? Kenapa not many of these potentials come forward and say that I want to try and play, I want to try and develop myself. I know the fact that I ada kekurangan dan sebagainya, but I do want to try it out. Kenapa tak banyak orang macam tu? Is it because of the ideology yang kalau you dah menjadi seorang OKU ataupun orang kurang upaya, you nak macam, okay, I don't need to do anything else, I just want to, relax and live my life as it is. Ada ke macam tu sebenarnya, Prof?
Okay, you have to understand, kita punya sistem dekat Malaysia ni, Majlis Paralimpik Malaysia may identify new talents. Alright. But the MSN will take the talents yang maybe top 1% or 2% of all the talents. Not everybody will go into that level.
Sure.
Betul tak? So only this top 2 or top 3 in that sports will be sponsored. Will get a daily kind of a monthly allowance and all that. And the rest of them, what? They don't get anything. And they have to work. They have to find job. They have to, get some, some way to support themselves. So akhirnya they are definitely they are not going to be professionals, right? So difficult for them. Yeah. So this is why I think, please your comment.
I think my question is that what after their retirements?
Yeah, what's the life after?
Probably, they'll be probably win a gold or medal. Probably they'll be rewarded. But if they don't, what will happen to them? I think.
Yeah, I heard about this.
Prof jadi professor lah, itu special case lah.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank God. But anyway, Melvin, to answer that, actually, those who won medal or at the higher level, I think there is some backup for them in the future. My worry is those young, somewhat in the not so high average, above average. Where did they go? Even those young top 5% or 2% ni yang have performed for Malaysia, the question is after retirement, can they support themselves with the money given by the Majlis Sukan Negara? I don't know. We have yet to see. There are many people. Do you know that we have already from 1992 last time we have medalists from the Paralympic. I don't know how they support themselves. I think they get some kind of money monthly, but I'm not so sure whether this is enough. Yeah. Okay, and topics about retirement post post Paralympic, for example, or post your post, what do you call it, selepas selepas tournament selepas you are active sebagai athlete, this topic is already discussed in IPC level, International Paralympic Committee. They want the federation, for example, or the country to think about, planning to macam mana nak bantu mereka,
Yes, I think very important.
To be independent. Yes.
That's why I think to scout talents, of course, is a challenge. But for someone who are willing to be trained, I hope that there's some hope to give to them, that you spend 10 years, 20 years, and after that, your retirement, you still have a comfortable life. Something that you can cherish, you can work on, and not just that drop you off. That's about it. You defend yourself. So I think I hope that things will change to improve. Because everyone wants a career, everyone wants to have a decent income, earning, and so let's help them out.
Yes.
Okay, Prof, kita nak tengok kepada future pula. We want to see a bit into the future. We want to see, the progress. Again, I'm concentrating more on the development and the well-being of these athletes. Even you mentioned in regards to recruitment, it is very, very hard. It is very, very difficult for Majlis Sukan Negara even to actually get new para athletes to represent the country in their respective fields. Where do you see our standards? Sekarang ni ialah 2016 we won 3 goals. This time around kita punya own prediction, but moving forward in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years, the next 3 Olympics, where do you think Malaysia is going to stand? You just said that Chia is like almost at the retirement already, together dengan Didin Teraso dah. So what's going to happen to our para athletes, or should I say the whole Malaysian Paralympic scene, you think?
Well, I'm sure there are plannings by the MSN. Really, I'm not so sure about what they are planning with the athletes. Tetapi I nampak ada big gap tu. Tetapi kita kena very quickly fill in the gap. Tak boleh diam duduk sampai dah nak dekat dengan ranking event, ranking of going to Paris, for example. Baru nak cari-cari, baru nak push the athlete. I've seen countries like China, from or Europe, they send in all the young athletes. Sometimes, for example, for para badminton, hitting shuttle pun very new, but they dare to send the athletes, to the competition, making them aware this is where you belong and this is what you can do in the future. But I'm sorry to say, our country maybe reserve this. We want to see only the performer go to the competition and get points and the glory of the game, glory of the country. Tetapi the younger one kita tunggu, kita tak dedahkan. So early exposure, we have backup from all the sports, memang ada, tetapi we need to push them, expose them. But of course this kena ada duit, okay, because going to competition bukan free. And then kita sebenarnya pun boleh host many events in Malaysia to expose our own athlete. Itu sepatutnya. But then again, maybe because of the pandemic, I hope after the pandemic we have chance. But I've seen other countries in pandemic, they also buat juga competition. And kita pergi to get the points. Why not?
Well, we were supposed to host the World Para Swimming the other day in Kuching, but unfortunately the fact that we didn't want to entertain Israel coming in, hence why it had to be cancelled.
So, yeah.
One question. We have SEA Games. You were involved in SEA Games, right, a few years back. Do you have Para SEA Games?
Yeah, we do.
We do?
We did.
Yeah.
We have.
That's where my jodoh together with Prof was met the first time around during the Para Badminton that was happening at the Axiata Arena back in 2017.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. Okay, yes.
Kita jumpa dekat Jakarta. I pun tak ingat, Prof.
Yeah, I think we met in Jakarta lah.
Yelah, tapi I punya aura tu dah daripada 2017 dah bawa dah tu, sengaja lah nak up di sini.
Actually, I missed the 2017 Para ASEAN. I was somewhere doing classification work in other country. So
I
you
hope
never atas di ASEAN tak layan kan?
Yeah, I hope that one day soon Malaysia will host this. We have the facilities.
Oh yeah.
No, because it's always customary, Melvin. I mean, whenever you host a sporting event, like say like the previous SEA Games. Normally 2 weeks after that, that's where the Para event comes in. So there's SEA Games and then there's Para ASEAN Games. And the other day in Jakarta, there's the Asian Games Jakarta, and then 2 weeks after that is the Para Asian Games. Same thing with Olympics, and same thing with the Commonwealth Game as well. Usually 2 weeks after the main able-body event. See, even I call it the main event. Macam ada distinction kan sebenarnya. Ada perbezaan sangat kan di antara Olympic ataupun the able-body event versus the para athletes event. So itu sebab dah diterapkan. That has been mentioned so many times, Prof.
So we have para SEA Games supposedly to be in Vietnam.
Yeah,
this
in
year.
2022.
It's cancelled.
2022 moved to 2022.
Yeah, I know, but it was cancelled this year.
Oh yeah.
Again, that is very difficult. We are not so sure again in 2022. We don't know how. This one is just keep moving. I think.
Yeah, I mean this pandemic period is a challenge for all of us, but eventually it will end. And I hope, my sincere hope of what I learned today, I hope media has a very big role to take a part to play. In terms of giving whole year publicity, awareness, and of course, I hope the government also have enough so-called, of course, the budget to create new talents, to find new talents, assure them that it's a career that's not just before the game, after the game, if you retire, you still have a career. Things will be more comforts and all these things. I think that will encourage people to join in. More new talents, it's the semangat. I think it's not that really one goal. If you can represent your country, that's actually a semangat for the whole country.
Yeah.
Exactly. And banyak lagi sebenarnya kita nak borak ni, banyak lagi sebenarnya kita nak bincangkan. I belum lagi sentuh on the fact that Senator Datuk Razali Razi, championing the OKU society throughout Malaysia, dan peranan that she could actually play together in the sports event as well. But unfortunately, we are almost running out of time. Tapi Prof, I nak tanya dulu, 22 athletes being sent to Tokyo to participate in the Paralympic Tokyo 2020. We have we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 events. 9 events that the 22 athletes are going to be participating. How many goals are we bringing back, Prof? Berapa banyak gol kita nak bawa balik ni?
Okay, ini prediction. This is KPI. KPI Majlis Sukan Negara kan. Malaysia kata 5. Dia tak kata 5. I'm hoping
5 tu 3 athletics dan 2.
5 athletes. 5 gold medal I think is from the athletics. 3 I think, and then from Mana and from badminton.
Itu KPI
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that is the yang I baca itu dia kata 5 gold medal.
Wish list?
Okay. Yeah.
Wish list impian sebenarnya?
Oh, I hope more.
Boleh ke more?
Actually, this is a hope.
All of them are gold medals.
Garu kepala dah.
Oh, they are gold medals.
I garu kepala lah ini sebab I don't want to be so hopeful. Nanti I 1 minggu tak boleh tidur keras. So I just don't want to be kadang-kadang kita when we least expected we get it, right? Kalau kita expect too much, macam Datuk Azizul, please gold medal. Tiba-tiba dapat silver. I rasa macam I think I tengok semua ada environment macam silver saja, that kind of feeling.
Correct.
So, it should not be. I think
because whatever it is, again, as what Melvin has also mentioned, because at the end of the day, especially kita nak tekankan ni, especially these people, these para athletes, it is something out of the ordinary. There is something out of the norm that they are able to actually, compete on a such high level. Bukannya peringkat sekolah, bukannya wakil rumah biru kan. We're talking about representing Malaysia.
How do you know my house?
Tak, I rumah ungu dulu. I rumah ungu. I lain.
Oh, I rumah biru.
Rumah biru I rumah ungu. Tak, I sebut biru tu je saja sebab I tahu you. Tapi itu yang kita harapkan. Last words from you, Prof. What are your hopes and dreams moving forward? Last words.
Okay, of course. Really, I'm hoping we can bring gold medal back or even medals, whatever it is, whatever color it is. Kalau tak dapat pun tak apa. The penting is the participation. We have shown to the Malaysian that what we can do, what we can achieve. All right, but but in the long run, I'm thinking about I'm dreaming of a more exposure of these young athletes, more exposure and awareness to the public about the Paralympic events, equality in that sense. Equality should be given everything, and then perhaps the thing we are talking about. Their plan of retirement and so on, because this has not been really discussed. I never heard of this discussed yet in our Malaysian platform. So we have to really look into that in the future. So if we can secure their future, I think more disabled people will actually go into this high level sports, knowing that this is what I can do, and then this is kind of a career for them, rather than you perform in 1 or 5 years up to 10 years, get gold medal, and then nobody remember you at the end. At the end you suffer alone with your family or whatever. So this is what I'm hoping.
I can say right now is we'll support you, we're behind you for this challenge.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Professor Dr. Shamsul Shah, for coming on to the show. Really appreciate it. And good luck in Tokyo. I tahu you akan goyang kaki je, hanya menonton je sebab kerja you dah settle. Tapi you boleh chill je. Melvin.
Okay. I think professors, I would love to have him after the event and tell us more what he has seen, what he experienced. I hope professor can share with us.
Boleh. Dan mungkin kita boleh ajak Prof, mana tahu dia boleh ajak one or two para athletes to be on the show sekali kan. Mana tahu kita boleh dengar dia punya komen juga.
Looking forward for that.
Alright,
Yes.
definitely kita boleh
That'll be
atur
a good
dengan
idea.
insyaAllah.
Yeah.
Alright. Thanks a lot, Prof. Hope to see you again, and selamat berjuang dan selamat berjasa kepada rakyat, kepada negara.
Yes,
dan
have a good trip.
You too. Don't fumble. When you are
pressure.
hosting the.
Baik,
Thank you also,
baik.
Melvin. Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Alright.
we'll catch up soon. Actually, your
Thank you,
office
Prof.
is near my
Alright.
house.
Okay, Assalamualaikum. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, bye.
All right, that was Professor Shamsul talking to us. Fun, Melvin. That was fun.
It's not. No, I have learned a lot from him. I mean, it's not fun per se, but it's very knowledgeable.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
the challenge that she's facing, I hope that we'll do good. Definitely,
Yeah.
we will do good.
Definitely, we will do very good moving forward. So let's end the show today right now because we're literally running out of time, and hope everyone out there, will also get a lot of input from whatever has been discussed by Professor Shamsul. So together, on behalf of Melvin, my name is Mio Adlan. We hope to see you again next time. Take care, guys. Say bye-bye, Melvin.
See you tomorrow.